Hello programmers and welcome to your 11th Java tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about something called an array, which you can think of as a list of values. Now when we make an array, we first have to say what kind of values are going to be stored in our array or our list. And I've chosen to make a string array here. So first we type what kind of values are going to be stored in the array, followed by an opening and closing square brace to say this is going to be an array. Then the name of the array. We can declare it without actually setting it to a value. And we do it like this with an array. However, I've chosen to initialize my array with some values inside it already, and I have got 4 strings in my array: bananas, apples, toothpaste, and milk. Now, because these are all strings, they have quotation marks around them, and they're separated by commas, which means anything before the next comma is one element of the array. Then we have a comma, and this is the next element, comma, this is the next element. And the curly braces mean this is the start of the array, and this is the end, followed by a semicolon to end the line. So, in Java, and actually a lot of other programming languages as well, the first element of the array, in this case bananas, is talked about as being the 0th element of the array. Apples would be the first, toothpaste the second, and milk the third. Now the reason we start indexing an array from 0 is a little bit out of the scope of this tutorial, but it has something to do with how memory works, and I'll leave links in the description on places where you can find out more about that topic. But the important thing to remember is, in Java, arrays start at index 0. Now, since our values in our array are strings, we can point to certain values in our array and treat them in the same way as we would any other string. Now, as you can see here, our system.out.println function is going to print out the first item on the list is, and then we've added something to that string, and then we're going to add whatever the 0th element in our shopping list is. This is how we can point to certain elements in the array. If I change this to 1, it would say, okay, the 0th element is bananas, and the first one is apples, so we're going to print out apples to the screen. Now, if we try to change this number to something larger than our array, say 5, it's going to go, okay, what's the 5th element of the array? It's going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's not going to find a 4th or a 5th, so we're going to get an error if we do this. So, say we wanted to change something in our array. We no longer wanted to buy bananas, but we wanted to buy mangoes. We could say my shopping list 0, which is our bananas, equals mangoes. And then when we say system.out.println, the first item on the list is plus my shopping list 0, we will see that now the first element of the array, or the 0th element in the array rather, is set to mangoes. And I should probably have put a space there. So, at the start, we initialized a string array. We called it my shopping list. And we put bananas, apples, toothpaste, and milk in it. Then we said, let's print out the first item on the list is, and then the very first item, or the 0th item on the list. And we got bananas. Then we said, okay, we're going to change the 0th element in the list to mangoes, and then we're going to print out the first item on the list is the 0th element of the array, which is now mangoes. Another important thing to remember about arrays in Java is that they cannot be modified in size. If we initialize an array to have 4 values in it, it can never have an extra value on the end. And in fact, if we try to add one on by indexing a value that doesn't exist, say number 4, which would be the next element in the array, we will get an error. So let's just run that. And as you can see, we got an error here after we printed out that the first item of the list is bananas. If we want to make an array of a specific size, but we don't know exactly what's going to be in the array quite yet, we can do it this way. We can say, I would like to make a string array. That's the type. The name is my shopping list. And it's going to be a new string array of size 3. We'll be learning about the new keyword in future tutorials, but basically what that means is we're going to be making a brand new array and we're going to be storing that in memory. You can think of the new keyword as basically saying, okay, I need to reserve a chunk of memory for whatever comes after the new keyword. So in this case, we're going to be making a new string array of size 3. So we need to reserve in memory enough space to store an array of size 3, which is going to contain 3 strings. Now that we have our new array ready for us in memory, we can start putting values to it. So we can say my shopping list 0, which is the very first element in our array, equals Toblerone. My shopping list 1 equals sardines. And my shopping list 2 equals flowers. As you can see here, we have 3 elements in our array. However, the last element is the second element, because we always start from 0. Alright programmers, thank you very much for watching. In the next tutorial we're going to be using for loops to loop through our arrays and manipulate them. It's going to be a very interesting tutorial, so make sure you check that one out. Now for this tutorial and for the tutorials to come, make sure you check out the description because I've left some challenges, beginner, intermediate and advanced, that are based on this topic and will help you become a better programmer. Make sure you put your solutions in the comments so that other people can see them as well, and also argue with each other about whose is better.